Sandra from For Your Chi. Thanks for being here with me on YouTube. This is your February 2023 reading. First six houses here on YouTube. I pulled extra cards for you, Scorpio, in the Archangel Michael deck because number one, you people are my favorite. You know that. Number two, I needed clarification on a couple of things because this month could be hard to navigate if you're not paying attention, and the Scorpio does need clarity. It's going to be important for the Scorpio to dig and dive deep this month, deeper than you would like to, or perhaps you really have time for. The month starts out with mental conflict. You are confused. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure where to put your energy, where to put your money, what to focus on right now. You've got romance on the mind, though. This confusion could involve someone that you are romantically involved with, particularly you Scorpios who are dating someone and not in a single monogamous committed relationship, because I'm just going to give you a little heads up. Your relationship dating life situation could get rocked this month if you are not in that monogamous committed relationship long term. Your second house, firm foundations. This is you who has laid the solid ground for what you're going to do next. You're ready for the next step in money, but there's something about divine timing that's saying no, not yet here. This is also a warning to not make a major purchase if you can help it, because I can see where you may have to spend that money elsewhere. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But first, we're going to go to your brother or sister, new beginnings. This is them. This is the Fool card in traditional tarot, taking a leap of faith in a brand new, different direction that they've never gone before. They could be getting a red flag, though. There could be a new beginning and all of a sudden it's stopped short or cut short. If you have I'm going to give a warning right now. If you have a brother or a sister who's about to change jobs, I would get them a reading as soon as possible to double, triple check that situation, because I have seen people jump ship, change jobs, quit a job that they've been for so many years, get a new job, and then all of a sudden in a couple months they get laid off. You definitely want to check that here. Now, if this is a relationship situation, that's a little, stickier, if you ask me. But nevertheless, that message is who it's for. Okay, so here we go with the fourth house, your house of home, where you currently live. Now, remember, if this is not talking about your home, this could be talking about your father. There is something more expensive about where you're living. Could this be an increase in your rent? Yes. This could be an increase in property taxes, price hike, something. This could be an increase in something else, utilities perhaps, or you may need to spend money in or around your home on something that perhaps you weren't planning. Now, what I would do if I were you is I would call on Archangel Michael twice a day. I do anyway, right? Call on him twice a day to protect all of your belongings, your appliances, keep them working perfectly and in order. The machines in your house, pumps, plumbing, electrical, electronics. Keep everything working perfectly. And hey, you know what? It can't hurt, right? And maybe you can avoid something like this. Now, this could also be talking about your father. Don't forget, our father figure. who had, he himself had extra expenses, probably unplanned. And so he's might be feeling this. But the advice cards are yes, like you're going to have to do something about this. Okay. So if this is something that you have to replace, but we're going to try to avoid that, remember with the Archangel Michael ask. Yes, it's okay to go ahead and replace that. Sometimes these things happen. But then the next card here that I pulled from Archangel Michael deck, this person that you're asking about is trustworthy, okay? The other possibility, and I'm just getting this could be someone that you live with or someone that comes to your home who's asking you for money. Now, it's up to you whether or not you loan it, right? Never loan anything that you can't afford to lose, but the fact that you're being told this person is trustworthy is, from the Archangel Michael deck, does speak for itself, okay? Your father could also be approached about loaning money out to someone, and he's like, should I do this? Well, with the yes card and the person that you're asking about is trustworthy, I feel like there's a greater purpose involved in all of this, okay? So the answer is yes, as long as you can afford it, or your father can afford it. Now, it might be taking out some savings. I totally understand that. Do as you see fit, Scorpio. Have a chat with your dad, if that pertains to you. Your fifth house, trapped in fear. Now, remember, fifth house rules dating life. For those of you single Scorpios, you know, you could be in this place of fear right now. And it could be that you are single and you're afraid of leaping from being single because you don't want to fight that battle anymore. You don't know what's out there and what's going to happen to you. Some of you may be in relationships that are less than what you wanted, expected, asked for, because you know you've got bills together or you've got kids together, and it's just not that easy, right? When you're intertwined with the finances and with the family. What's the advice card? Remain positive here. Okay, I like that. I pulled two cards in Archangel Michael for this fifth house. Now, remember, fifth house rules children sometimes. You did get your children are watched over by angels, so I love that. This is your life's purpose, okay? Now, I got a very specific message when I pulled this card. The message was, the Scorpio is here put on this earth because we are the people who stand up, and let's face it, there aren't very many of us anymore who stand up in a crowd and go, you know what? Raise your hand. This situation is fucked up. And this is an injustice. Now, you can say this in your life about many things, right? Or in this world, in this landscape that we live in. And you're here to point it out for everyone, which, by the way, if you're in a room of a crowded people, they're all probably thinking it, but they're too scared to say it. The Scorpio is the one that stands up and says what everybody's thinking, and then all of a sudden everyone in the room is quiet and silent, and they're relieved that someone finally brought up what they were thinking. This is your life's purpose, Scorpio, to point out the things that are fucked up in the world, in your world. And the next step is, well, what are we going to do about it? Because there are lots of things that need to be fixed in our lifetime. Not for us, but for our children and our children's children. Isn't that right, Scorpio? Okay, that's enough of my soapbox. Let's move on to your sixth house, which looks spectacular, by the way. Well, my, Scorpio, you are reaping rewards in the form of money that are coming to you from your very, very hard, diligent work. You have been working your fingers to the bone in something or possibly many things, if you juggle as many things as I do. And finally, you are here to reap the harvest. And look what the advice card is. Perfect timing. Congratulations on that one, Scorpio. Okay. Let's see who's around you in your seventh house of relationships before we move on to the extended reading. You have the Queen of Swords. This is an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Whew. Are you with an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini? I kind of doubt it, although they could be in the woodwork, right? This could be one of those people who are too afraid to come out and ask you out, reach out to you, things like that. Well, this is exciting here. We have a Knight of Cups, Scorpio energy. Could be Cancer or Pisces, but more heavy on the Scorpio. And the Chariot card, Gemini or Cancer. So we do have a double Gemini here. Although, how long is the Scorpio going to put up with a Gemini? Let's face it. We're going to throw that Gemini under the bus every chance we get because we need stability and we need them to be 100% rock solid, consistent. And they're not going to do it because they can't. Just ask my 4-year-old Gemini. He changes his mind every 5 minutes. I'm a Gemini, he says. I change my mind. And then he laughs. Ha ha ha. It's not funny. All right, Scorpio, if you want to join me in the extended reading, we're going to be going over your 7th house of relationships, complete with romance angel cards, your 8th house of intimacy, taxes, legal matters, the source of your significant other's income, if that applies to you, your 9th house of school and travel, your 10th house of career and your mother, your 11th house of your child or your best friend, and your 12th house, which is what's about to manifest 3 months from now in May. Many blessings, Scorpio. Link is below if you want to follow me. Tier 2 is what you want.